We always think of children as only coming through a woman. The seed of man activates the woman, and therefore that seed must be strong to call forth the right kind of soul at this time. To produce the kind of seed that can bring forth the gods. Because you never were human, you were simply encased in human and locked in by the frequency barrier, and you didn't know who you were. Trapped on a planet who you didn't even come from, or only here for a lesson, the lesson has got to go on and on and on infinitum, or even the planet is getting tired of that now and is changing the frequency.
129 countries will experience increased exposure to drought due to climate change alone.
And with hotter temperatures and drought comes the risk of even fiercer fires. In Southern California, a dry winter has left forests and brush parched.
Arvind, extremely unfortunate news coming from Jaipur right now. 16 people have lost their lives because of lightning strike.
That's right, Hina. 16 people have lost their life as they were reveling on the rampart just in front of Amir Fort. There is a watchtower.
Cyclone in East London. Here in East London, a cyclone. This is the damage from the cyclone. Today is 25th of June 2021, around 6 p.m., about 6:30 p.m.
Have you seen flooding to that extent before, waist-deep water?
Waist-deep is unusual.
In this case, strap hangers at the 157th Street station in Washington Heights should have followed the same advice given to drivers. Turn around, don't drown.
That's what people putting on waiters. They should have closed the stations.
The Thursday afternoon deluge battered many of New York City subway stations, unfortunately, just as ridership is beginning to increase. 3-inch-per-hour rains overwhelmed the subway pumps, filling up some stations like jugs of water.
Our planet has come under a period of ignorance, dumbness, and lowered vibration, and that time is now to move. It is past. There is no reason for ignorance, dumbness, or lowered vibration if you want, and if you happen to be of the sons of the God and you don't respond to it, you will soon be dead. Now, isn't that a big threat? I'm not making the threat. I'm interpreting new and future knowledge. As a metaphysician is supposed to, you have to find out whether you can agree with it or not. There is no truth until you decide what truth is, and each person should find that truth out for his or herself. They say that we use less than 1% of our brain. I sometimes even question that amount.
Francis Kuria could not believe what he saw when he entered his house in Majengo Estate in Nanyuki town. A man who is supposed to be leading sinners to the light was leading his wife to the darkness. The man of the cloth was caught red-handed in the act. The two were locked inside the house until church elders were called upon to handle the situation. They were later released and paraded in public with the neighbors threatening to lynch the pastor. According to a relative, Kuria had been warned several times of his wife's extramarital affairs. Abika Hodia, K24 Newscut.
The reason why we don't is because we are usually ruled by the animal body and animal brain, which has got so used to dominating man that now man is more animal in many cases than, what can I say, some of the animals.
But this man no testicles. Him no balls. You have a woman just a jump way up the air. A bony one too. You know? If it's a fat one, it's worse. Because probably if it was a fat person, you probably go through the people in the roof.
Some of the animals will not kill in the way man will now kill, or human will kill. Animals in generally will fight to a point where one gives up, turns belly up, and the animal growls, postures, and walks away. Man will blow you away, human will blow you away now for no reason at all. We have become more animals.
Adam, your description, although tragic, is precise. Police say that 22-year-old Musa Kamara shot his own mother in the head. Now, family members told us that the mother and her son had recently been arguing, as you mentioned, Adam, over him getting a job. The victim's brother, the uncle, wants no mercy for his nephew.
Now, as humans, are we going to begin to die out, and the sons of God must come to the fore, so the angels can return. That awakened person is the one that will now go through changes like you have not seen as he attempts to throw off the dross, the animal, and come into his own consciousness. Of the series that you see now, Babylon 5, Deep Space Nine, and all the rest of it, are trying to show you what really may exist in this system and in other systems to let you come into what is now called the planetary brotherhood. And they're falling away from the little churches that just can't make it anymore. Fundamentalism is separating from the advanced spiritual person. I'm saying that there's a difference between a spiritual person and a religious person. A spiritual person does not need a church, for the home and temple of God that they find their souls in is the church, and how they keep it clean and how they keep it out of ignorance and what they do with it shows their manifestation of the God's light. For the other, they need a religious fervor and constantly reminded, because they do not have quite the soul that is risen to the point where they can again manifest the Creator within them. So they constantly have to remind themselves as a herd come together to give themselves the strength to carry on. That is changing. That's why you're going to find the church being attacked like never before, and leaders in false churches falling like never before, and that's why the Falwells and all the rest of it, and you find them like little animals attacking each other, each one pulling each other down, and the congregation suffering from it. Because man must learn he does not have to go to a church, he is the church.
This is a little scary, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a powerful painting.
It's a powerful painting.
Yeah, Christ is coming back on the white horse. And he's coming back. And he's going to take down the white man, the Edomites. That's why your Pope is down in the ground. It's going to happen by the year 2000.
You really?
That's it, yeah.
Trace your family lineage on your father's side. If you happen to be one of us, you're welcome here. If you're not, we'll see you in captivity.
If ever the sons of God would awaken to the power of using the upper brain power, they will become so devastating, so frighteningly auspicious, that everything on earth would tremble at the power of this latent God and giant now asleep. They hid all of the things that would let you begin to understand that you were different from the other races of earth, and earth was your home, not theirs. But now that you can come into consciousness, you won't have to worry about getting out in the street with AKAs, going out in the street and shooting them up. You can carry more power that will stop any bullets from being fired. You can cause earthquakes to happen or not. You can cause fire to actually come from the sky.